Namaskaram. We have reached a point where we have clearly understood that our history books are full of wrong information. Aurangzeb, one of the cruelest rulers India ever had, has been portrayed as a great king in our textbooks. Unfortunately, even today there are people who write books on Aurangzeb. For what? To mislead people. The writer is a woman. I don't know which part of Aurangzeb fascinated her so much to write a book on. Dirty fellows, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about Aurangzeb's part of incidents, for example, destroying temples, etc. She must have been the Aurangzeb's beloved Begum in the past life. Because even today, her love for Aurangzeb is quite evident from her book, Aurangzeb, Man and Myth. She is the favorite historian of the liberals and her name is Audrey Trusky. She has gathered a lot of attention on social media in the past few years, so it's quite unlikely that you haven't heard of her. Nevertheless, for those who still do not know, Audrey Trusky is an associate professor of South Asian history at Rutgers University. She has published 3 books, the book on Aurangzeb being the most infamous of them. She loves targeting tolerant Hindus and she has earned a whole living out of it. What a pathetic way to earn a living. Let me expose the lies of Audrey Trusky. Let's begin with Audrey and her connection with the missionary activities that are taking place in our nation. Thane Wren is the husband of Audrey and he is the son of a the son of a Pastor Nate Wren. The Wren family belongs to the fundamental Christian organization Bless India. The original name of Nate is Nathan Wren and he is the founder of Bless India Ministries Incorporated. BIMI has sent funds to Christ the King of Kings Ministries Welfare Association during the period 2007 to 2010 via FCRA. This table summarizes the flow of funds to CKK-MWA. BIMI was the sole donor till 2009 and it donated approximately 1.64 crores in 2007 to 2010. Upon receiving a donation, filing a return demonstrating where and how much money has been spent is necessary. Look at this 2008-9 FC6 return receipt. The last point states maintenance of priests, preachers, other religious functionaries. And here is the catch. CKK-MWA was registered in the FCRA as a social organization. Why did a social organization want money for the maintenance of preachers? The fraudsters who run this organization think that you and me are fools. Who's going to check our records? Even if they check, who's going to question? But here we are. Do you understand why Modi ji cancelled the licenses of 20,000 NGOs? An NGO is something that does good for the society, right? But why would a government cancel licenses of NGOs? Please watch our previous videos for detailed information. Now the CKK-MWA is no longer registered with FCRA and their funding was stopped from BIMI because of some sin issues. Probably the sin issues were the financial misconduct of CKK-MWA. Let's just check one more piece so that no doubt remains in your mind regarding their agenda. And don't forget, Audrey Trusky's husband's dad is the founder of BIMI. Form 990 for the year 2012 of BIMI reveals that they had given a loan of $105,000 to the pastor of CKK-MWA, SND Mekala. His name is Devadas Mekala. I don't know what this S stands for. Somewhere it showed Pastor Subhakar. So I'm not sure whether this $105,000 is given to 2 pastors or 1 pastor. Anyways, look at the names. Sounds Hindu, isn't it? All the who are getting converted, this is what they do when they become pastors. This might be the sin issue that BIMI mentioned as a reason to stop funding to CKK-MWA. The form shows that it continued to support CKK-MWA till 2012 and in 2012 it brought volunteers to various parts of India for the specific goal of expanding the work and reaching out in new areas of India. And what's their motto? To train people in Christian principles. It clearly states they want to spread Christianity, as a result of which conversions are bound to happen. Let me summarize it for you. BIMI is an organization with the motto of spreading Christianity in India, and for that, it funded CKK-MWA heavily. We all know Christianity views Hinduism as a paganism or polytheism, and for them, people like us are uncivilized and primitive. Isn't it clear to you that Audrey Trusky's family are clearly anti-Hindu and they wanted to stop us from growing? She has dedicated her whole career to spreading lies about our dharma. She is fulfilling the motto of her family. And this fellow is one of the prime speakers of the recently held Dismantling Global Hindutva conference. The name itself describes the agenda of this conference. And it was co-sponsored by departments of over 50 universities, which included big names like Cornell, Stanford, and Princeton. The conference spanned over 3 days and they addressed the rise of Hindu nationalism. These guys are worried about the growth of Veer Savarkar's ideology, and Hindutva appears dangerous to them. You know why? Because Hindutva doesn't promote slaughtering, barbaric things like sisters, selling women on street, torturing people with shamefully awkward religious practices, butchering basic human rights, destroying countless lives. So when Hindutva gains power, animalistic creatures who still haven't risen to the human consciousness are so much worried about their existence. They strongly resist any kind of evolution. That's why they have desperately gathered in a conference, dismantling global Hindutva, because they want to live like animals, whomsoever you want on streets, eating all kinds of creatures, pouncing on natural resources and live like parasites. Doesn't matter, the other section of people die out of hunger. But we as a culture, we serve food for free. Anybody regardless of caste, creed, religion can come and eat for free. Even today, a lot of places in Bharat you can see this. We don't torture our people with strict religious practices. The problem with us is we have a whole lot of Hindu idiots who know nothing about the culture. Many of such half-baked Hindus and Hindu organizations also participated in this conference. Anyway, it's a big failure, and the conference has become a big joke of the world. Because the official side of the conference reads, the distinction between Hindutva and Hinduism has been stark. Hindutva is a political philosophy styled after European fascism of the early 20th century, an ideology that privileges a cult of personality and authoritarian leadership. They branded themselves as a haters of an ideology, but being concerned about Hindus. Apparently, they couldn't contain their hatred for Hindus and openly spewed venom of Hinduism in their conference.
There is no Hindutva without Hinduism. Hindutva is inextricably linked to and is a form of Hinduism. And we do not think that there's any way to understand Hindutva if you disaggregate it from that. And there's also absolutely no way to dismantle it if you are going to kind of ignore the Hinduism of it. I mean, I'd like to think that we made it very clear.
They hate Hindus and Sanatana Dharma, and they couldn't hide it. Anyway, a culture that has outlived all cultures in this world cannot be dismantled by online discussion by some liberandus.
मेरे लिए सबसे जरूरी चीज इज्जत होती है.
Do you think Sanatana Dharma is something which can be described by these fools? The story doesn't end here. Let's talk about Audrey Truskey's links with Pakistan. Truskey's husband visited Pakistan as a summer intern in the Human Rights Commission of Pakistan in the early stages of his career. But more important than that, Audrey obtained a fellowship course from the American Institute of Pakistan Studies in 2012-13. The official site of AIPS reads, educational organization with a mission to promote academic study of Pakistan in the US to encourage scholarly exchange between the US and Pakistan, and sponsors academic conferences. And trust me, their work is pathetic. They don't want to associate themselves with Bharat. For Pakistanis, Aurangzeb is the best Mughal emperor. What kind of work can we expect from such an academic organization? And here is the catch. If one goes to the trustees section of AIPS, we find an interesting name, Manan Ahmad Asif. This guy is a far left historian. He has written books such as Muslim Origin in South Asia, and he too sees Hindus as oppressive. God knows what oppression Hindus did. Now Audrey and Manan support each other. Both of them have shared stage on many events and have co-authored articles like these. And turns out that Manan Ahmad loves anti-national and anti-Hindu media houses like Scroll, The Wire, Washington Post. He is often seen quoting their articles on Twitter. And these shit media houses love his work. They write positive reviews like this one on his propaganda books. And yeah, one more thing. Audrey also loves The Wire and Arfa Khanum Sherwani. Okay, let me sum it up. Audrey Truskey is directly associated with AIPS, a Pakistani organization whose trustee is Manan Ahmad Asif, an anti-Hindu historian. Both of them admire each other's work, and both of them love anti-Hindu media, especially The Wire. Did you observe this? A lady belonging to a Hindu-hating Christian family that aims at carrying conversions in our nation, a lady which is directly linked with a Pakistani academic organization whose works in no way are unbiased, a lady who remains in the company of anti-Hindu media houses and historians. What can we expect from her? She is a part of dismantling global Hindutva.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction, and thanks to everyone at Brown, Hindutva History, and other sort of strange things. Hindu is not a Sanskrit word, not originally. It is an unmistakable creation of the early 20th century.
Well, this was all about her connections regarding her work as a historian. We can make a long video on debunking her false translations and misinterpretation of our Vedas and Puranas. She went to the extent of stating that Ma Sita called Bhagwan Rama a misogynist pig. Such a disgusting character she is. Rajiv Malhotra ji has published a detailed video on how false translations feed a Hindu phobia. We have attached a link in the description for our viewers. Please check out that video. Apart from this, True Indology has written a detailed article on how she is trying so hard to whitewash Aurangzeb's tyranny. Targeting Hindus has become the fastest way to emerge as an intellectual or academician. Many of the Hindus don't even know about their own culture and are blindly supporting such bullshit conferences. The point is, we have seen a monumental shift in our nation's leadership. Modi ji has become a nightmare for these liberals because he is bringing the Sanatana Dharma back to its glory. This is making them go crazy, and this is the reason why such anti-Hindu activities have increased in the past few years. If we too spread hate in response, there won't be any difference between us and those hate-spreading religions. So what shall we do now? We have to choose the right leaders. And more importantly, educate the brainwashed Hindus about our dharma. String is available in Hindi, Kannada and Telugu as well. Please subscribe to your favorite regional channel, like and share the video. Please support us through Patreon and one-time payment options. See you again in the next video of String Reveals.